Hi, welcome. So I wanted to do a video today on listening. Not listening to people, not that that's not worth a video in itself, but listening to being able to basically flow with our manifestation. So we focus a lot, sorry, I've been painting today, so I'm covered in paint. We focus a lot on asking, I want this, I want this, I want this, but there has to be, just like in conversations with people, this kind of rapport where you say, put out something that you're asking for, and then you listen for the answer before you ask again. And this really works in manifesting, I've noticed, because you ask for something and then it's kind of not always delivered to you straight away. Sometimes it's a bridge of incidences and you kind of have to listen or be open for how it comes to you. So for example, if you say, I want to know, I want to know the truth, I want to know the answers, I want to be given downloads on how to do manifesting, how to make things easier, how to get this person, or you're like, I want to be with this specific person, or I want to be wealthy, then you then go into kind of a listening mode. And it's not always as straightforward as just £1 million showing up in your bank account or the person knocking on the door. Sometimes it requires a little action, which might only be going on YouTube and a video playing and it sharing a new concept or a new insight, but it's coming to you. So it's like when you ask, you have to be open and you have to be ready to listen and be observant and be aware of how this thing is coming in. Basically, listening is what we call getting in touch with our intuition, with our highest self, whatever you want to call it. It's not that it's outside of you, but it's your intuition and your highest self is delivering the steps that you need to take to get the thing that you've asked for. You put out the words, you say, I want this, and then you go quiet, and you can do this, through meditation, just being single-pointed focus, whatever gets you into being able to get into that listening mode, that you can hear and be told what it is that you need to do to get the thing that you've just asked for. And like I said, that's not always an action. Sometimes it can be just watching a video and learning a new technique or having a new insight, or just learning something new. Or it can be an action, like if you say, I want to be a millionaire. Yeah, of course that money could just randomly show up in your account, but it's far more logical that we then listen, and maybe then a competition will come up and you'll be drawn to that competition because you're in your listening mode, and you kind of, it stands out for you and something about it pulls you in. So you've asked, the competition comes up, you apply, and then the money comes to you. So there's this really important step when it comes to manifesting that I think is often not talked about or often forgotten, and I find it to be very important, is that listening stage, where after you've put out your question, you've put out your demand, then you have to listen for the next steps. And that, like I said, it's not always that you have to do something. It's often how we learn, how we evolve, how we learn a deeper manifesting technique to bring that thing in. It happened to me all through the journey. Whenever I found things or deeper truths in videos and on YouTube, I never saw them before until I got to a stage where I was ready for them. I think there's an old phrase that when the student is ready, the teacher will find them. Well, that's not really that they're a teacher per se. It's just that when you're in the right space, the information around you will be showing to you what you have asked for. So you ask for something and then you be and you allow the answers to come in. And that could just be as simple as if it's a specific person, they're messaging you. But the thing is, you are asking, you know, I want to be in a beautiful, committed union with my specific person. And the thing is, if you haven't had that before, then there is something that you're missing. And even if you bring them back in, there's going to be something that you're missing. So you need to have like that deeper truth. What you're really asking for is, show me how I can create a harmonious union with my specific person, and, you know, a deep committed relationship that I want to be in. Like, show me how to have like that ultimate relationship. And it's not so much about bringing the person in, but then you need to be shown the steps of how you can shift your energy, the things that you can do, how you can shift your beliefs and your concepts to maintain the union that you want. And that comes from listening. And yeah, it's only you showing up in your external environment, but we're in control of our external environment. And if we ask a question or we put a demand, like, I want to be able to do this, then it has to answer. It has to show you how you can do it. Say you're like, you're poorly and you want to be better, then you put out the demand, I want to be better, and you imagine yourself feeling better, and then you listen, because sometimes there might be something comes up, like a treatment or an alternative therapy, or you find some kind of way that you can psychologically heal yourself. So there's this constant kind of rapport going on between you and your external environment, because although you create your external environment, there's like a feedback loop going. And your highest self, you as a human, put your demand out, and then it is like, well, I have to change things around to conform. But sometimes it's going to take us on steps to enable that 3D to conform. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but it really hit me today that sometimes I think we don't ever get into that listening mode by really going within, really just being, really just allowing and connecting to that intuition. Because I know when we get onto this journey, we're like, oh, well, we are God and we create our reality, so we don't need to meditate, and intuition isn't what we thought it was because it's just our creation. But I personally still believe intuition is super important, but rather than the sense of somebody else speaking to you or the universe speaking to you, you put out your demand and then you go quiet, you go into listening mode, so that you are given the steps of how to create what it is that you want. And like I said, that's sometimes just in the way of gaining more knowledge and gaining more wisdom. So yeah, I hope this video helped, but I think it's a really important step that is often missed out. So be very open that when you've set your demand, you allow yourself to listen to what you're being called to do, watch, and just it's really just being. It's just allowing. It's like asking, putting out what you desire, and then just allowing it to come. And sometimes it's just going to come, and sometimes there'll be steps revealed of things that you need to learn and areas you can evolve and techniques you can use that are going to work. So yeah, just this constant rapport of asking, listening, asking, listening. So I hope that helped, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.